Browns fans, what's going on? Spencer German here with you on my walk from 92 to the Fan here in town where I do the pregame show, making my way to the stadium for some tremendous coverage over at Cleveland Browns on SI, as you guys are well aware, and wanted to have our little pregame conversation with you. So, big one today for a number of reasons. I think first and foremost, like this win could really dictate where the Browns decide to go from here with the trade deadline looming on Tuesday. I don't think it's going to be a massive fire sale by any means. I just don't think that really happens in the NFL as much as people maybe are anticipating something like that. So I don't think we're going to go there. But future of somebody like Zadarius Smith could be on the line today if they decide they want to maybe flip him for a pick. There's been lots of speculation, lots of talk about their conversations with the Detroit Lions who are looking for a pass rusher. So that could be in play if they lose today. On the contrary, if they win today, you're talking about a team that then has a bye week next week, chance to kind of get healthy, get some guys back, and get off their feet for a little bit, and can spend that week, as I'm sure the fan base will. Sorry about the sirens, if you guys can hear that. Talking themselves into this idea of, hey, maybe we can make a run post-bye with a lot of division games still to go, a lot of AFC games still to go. Give me a second here. All right, that should be better. But yeah, like the schedule, as much as the team has talked about the number of AFC games left, the number of division games left. It certainly is. The truth is, like, they do have their work cut out for them, but there is a path towards the playoffs if they were to get a win today, be 3-6, and have this schedule on the back end that sort of benefits them if they're able to stack some wins in the conference and in their division. So yeah, this game, for a number of reasons, I feel kind of is the biggest game of the season. And I get that you can say that any single week. You can say that about last week's game sort of being like the tone setter when you upset a team like Baltimore. But because of the trade deadline sort of being this thing looming in the coming days, it does sort of impact the trajectory that this team might decide they want to go or that they would decide they want to take. So, it's sort of a lot on the line today. And the funny thing about it is, like, this is a matchup that I think the Browns certainly have a chance to win. It's not like last week where I think we were all sort of stunned by the result. Even though it's the NFL and you can win any given week, you play a Baltimore team that's that good, that red hot coming in. And I think we were all of it with all the change the Browns had gone through. It did feel surprising that they were to sort of pull that one off. But if they're able to play even remotely like last week, this Chargers team is good. They have a good defense. They're best in the league in scoring defense. They're only giving up 13 points per game. That's not for nothing. Their red zone defense also very good. So there's some challenges that they present. The Browns are going to have to be ready for those, sort of things. They're going to have to be ready for a very physical game. Jim Harbaugh teams are going to be physical. They like to run the football. But the way this defense has played in recent weeks, complemented now by an offense that we all actually have some faith in, I think there's a good chance they win this game today. And it feels like it could be that grinded out style that Jim Harbaugh teams like to sort of do or play. And the Browns maybe have to kind of respond with that similar sort of style of play of their own. So we'll see if Nick Chubb is a big factor today in the run game. Play action game could be good, but I do think Jameis Winston's going to have some opportunities to throw the ball downfield. So yeah, this is a winnable game. It's an opportunity for the Browns to sort of change the feelings around this season and maybe set the stage for some meaningful games come December and in November and into December and potentially January, depending on how things kind of fall from here. So you put yourself in an advantageous situation if you get this one. A couple notes on the injury front for the Browns today. Obviously, we know Denzel Ward was cleared through the concussion protocol on Saturday, so he's playing today. Joe Bitonio wasn't given an injury designation on Friday, dealing with a foot, so he's going to play today. But some other notes on the offensive line in particular, the big one being that DeJuan Jones is starting once again at left tackle. Same offensive line group as last week will be out there. And that's notable because Jed Wills was injured last week, so couldn't play. And this is really the first time that the Browns, Kevin Stefanski most notably, is choosing to start somebody over Jed Wills really since he's been here. So I think there's certainly some valid reasons for that. We know that the struggles have been there for Jedrick Wills in recent years, or certainly since he got here. There's just the inconsistencies to his game and some of the struggles that have sort of persisted. I think this year the injury's kind of been a big factor, the knee injury that he's coming back from. But, today with him being actually healthy and active and seeing them choose somebody over him, I think that kind of spells that his time here in Cleveland is likely coming to an end, given that this is the last year of his rookie deal. And that's not for nothing. So Dewan will get the start. I think he played very well there last week, and it's a chance for the Browns today and beyond to sort of evaluate how they feel about him as a potential option at left tackle. And that could be huge too, because I know that we don't want to get too much into draft talk at this point. There's, still so many games to go, and you guys want hope for the season and reason to believe that there's still a chance this team can do something. And that's all fair. But two of the biggest issues this team will face this offseason in terms of positions of need are going to be the quarterback position, as we know, and left tackle. So if you're able to find something with Dewan Jones and he can sort of be a suitable option for you there, then maybe you don't have to worry about drafting a guy, and maybe that does allow you to turn your attention fully to the quarterback position. So a lot of interesting things in play right now for a Browns team that is both in evaluation mode, but also has an opportunity to, potentially set themselves up for something. So maybe another magical run, right? Like they had with Joe Flacco in the back half of the season after the bye week, if they can get a win today. So we will have you covered, as always, over at Cleveland Browns on SI or si.com/NFL/Browns. So I implore you to make sure you head over there and keep up with all things throughout the game. If there's injuries, all those different things, we'll have you covered. And then post-game, of course, we'll get you quotes from the locker room and much, much more. We'll also have all kinds of video content for you from inside the locker room, post-game press conferences, all the things that you look for on a Browns game day. And, so stay in tune. We got you covered. Signing off on this little walk along here. And I'm looking forward to talking to you guys after the game alongside Brennan Gulick. Until then, enjoy the game and keep on following along for your Cleveland Browns coverage with Cleveland Browns on SI.